Napoleon once said, "Women are nothing but machines for producing children," a harsh line from a man who shaped empires. But here's the real twist. The same man who wanted power feared love. There's a strange question hidden in all of this. Why don't women want great men? Men who lead, who fight, who win? The answer is colder than most expect. Greatness doesn't shine. It isolates. It builds walls instead of bridges. And sometimes those who rise the highest end up the loneliest. What if the price of being remembered is being alone while you're still alive? Great men are not calm. They are not peaceful. They are filled with fire that does not go out. Their minds are always moving, thinking about power, control, and vision. They do not rest. They do not slow down. War, strategy, and ambition eat them alive. Every day is a fight, not just with others, but with themselves. They are building something bigger than comfort, bigger than love. Great men are consumed. There is no off switch. This kind of man does not stop to ask, "Are you okay?" He does not remember birthdays or text back with sweet words, not because he is cold, but because his mind is somewhere else. He is thinking about the next win, the next move, the next mountain to climb. He does not have time to be soft. He does not have space for emotional balance, for constant reassurance, for everyday peace. He cannot be tamed because taming means slowing down, and slowing down feels like dying. Greatness is not nice. It is not stable. It does not smile and make everyone feel safe. It is demanding. It asks for everything: your time, your mind, your body. It does not care about your feelings. It does not stop for love. A great man wakes up hungry. He goes to bed still hungry. He is never satisfied. There is always more to reach, always more to prove. He does not ask, "Is this enough?" Because for him, enough does not exist. This is why great men are hard to love, hard to be near. They are storms. They bring change, but they bring chaos too. They cannot be contained. You cannot shape them into what you want. They will break the mold. They will break expectations. And sometimes they will break hearts, not on purpose, but because greatness has no brakes. It keeps going. And when people try to stop it, control it, or calm it down, it becomes a threat. Some people fear this kind of man, not because he is evil, but because he cannot be controlled. He does not follow rules that others live by. He does not move with the crowd. He creates his own path. That kind of freedom is scary. It challenges everything normal. It makes people feel small. And many cannot stand that feeling. So they pull away. Or they try to change him. But greatness does not change for anyone. It burns through everything that tries to stop it. This is the nature of greatness. It is wild. It is sharp. It is lonely. It stands tall, but it stands alone. Great men are not empty. They are full of goals, of pressure, of battle. But there is not much room left for love. Not the quiet kind. Not the safe kind. Because when your eyes are always on the horizon, it's hard to see what's standing next to you. Greatness sees far, but it often misses what's near. Napoleon was not just a man of war. He was also a man of feeling. He wrote long, passionate letters to Josephine, the woman he loved. He was far from her, leading armies, building an empire, but his heart was still tied to her. He wanted her to wait for him, to love him the way he loved her. But while he was away, giving everything to his mission, Josephine was unfaithful. She betrayed him, and that betrayal changed something in him. He saw the truth, not just about her, but about what women truly wanted or didn't want. He realized that not all women want greatness. Some even fear it. To love a man like Napoleon means stepping into fire. It means giving up peace, safety, and simple comforts. And not everyone wants that. Josephine didn't. She wanted love, yes, but not the kind that burns. She wanted attention, time, and presence. But Napoleon had none of that to give. His life was war. His mind was full of plans and power. And that kind of man is hard to hold on to. Napoleon began to understand something painful. Great men are admired, but not always loved. Many women do not want power if it comes with danger. They want safety. They want calm. They want a man who is home at dinner, who listens, who gives them the center of his world. But a great man does not give anyone the center. He gives it to his mission, to his work. That kind of man may conquer nations, but he often loses hearts. Why do so many women choose ordinary men instead? The answer is simple. An ordinary man feels safe. He is stable, predictable. He offers steady love, soft words, and his full attention. He doesn't live for war. He lives for routine. And that makes people feel secure. There is no risk, no high stakes. He will not forget you for his vision. He will not be too far away chasing his dream. He will be there, every day, in a world that makes sense. Napoleon saw that greatness comes with fear, not just for the man who carries it, but for the people around him. To be close to power is to feel its heat, and not everyone wants to burn. Some want peace more than passion. They want love that stays quiet, not love that shakes the earth. They want a man they can hold, not one they must chase. This is what hurt Napoleon the most. He gave his soul to something bigger. But in doing so, he lost what was small and close. He could lead men into battle, but could not lead Josephine into loyalty. And that told him something bitter. Even the greatest men cannot make someone love them. Not if the woman does not want the weight that comes with greatness. Not if she wants comfort more than glory. The mediocre man does not bring danger. He does not bring risk. He does not make people feel unsure or unsafe, and that is why many are drawn to him. He does not chase something higher than love. He does not sacrifice time, energy, or focus for a mission. His life is not a storm. It is calm, predictable, steady. He will not leave. He will not forget. He stays close, and for many, that is enough, even if there is no greatness in him. What he lacks is exactly what makes him safe. He does not have the sharp edges of a man who builds empires. He does not wake up hungry for more. He is not pulled toward power or purpose. Instead, his world is built around the woman he loves. She is not part of his life. She is his life. His emotions, his thoughts, his time, all orbit around her. And for someone who fears being left behind, that kind of love feels strong, even if it comes from weakness. He is available, not just physically, but emotionally. He listens. He asks questions. He remembers the small things. His focus is not split. It is simple. It's all on her. And because of that, he gives a feeling that great men rarely give: safety. There is no fear of being forgotten. No worry that a bigger dream will steal him away. His only dream is her. He depends on her. She is his reason to wake up. That kind of emotional closeness is not common in men chasing legacy. He may not inspire. He may not lead. He may not move crowds with his voice or break through walls with his will, but he doesn't need to. He doesn't try to become more than what he is. And that can be a comfort. His love is not grand, but it is easy. Not intense, but soft. Not built to last through storms, but steady in still water. It is not love for a leader. It is love for someone who stays. The attraction is not always about what the mediocre man is. Often, it's about what he is not. He is not going to war. He is not putting his work first. He is not leaving for months with only silence in between. He is not full of fire that cannot be tamed. His love does not burn. It warms. It soothes. It doesn't shake the ground. It holds it still. And for many, that is more appealing than greatness. They are not looking for a man who changes the world. They are looking for a man who changes nothing, who keeps things soft and small, Who makes them the center? Great men are hard to follow, but the mediocre man waits. He does not run forward, he stands still, and that stillness feels safe, even if it costs meaning, even if it costs greatness. Napoleon once said, "Women are nothing but machines for producing children." It sounds cruel, cold, but it did not come from hate. It came from his own way of thinking, sharp, strategic, and shaped by hard lessons. He had seen love fail, he had seen loyalty break, and he learned to think with logic, not feeling. To him, people were parts in a system. Everything had a use, everything had a place, and when it came to women, he reduced them to function, not out of anger but out of calculation. He had loved. He had written letters filled with fire, and he had been met with lies and betrayal. That changed him. He began to see emotions as a weakness. He trusted structure, not feelings, empire, not romance. His words were not about one woman, they were about what he believed after seeing the same story repeat. He saw love fade. He saw desire fall apart. So he stopped looking for warmth and chose control instead. It made him stronger on the outside and lonelier on the inside. This is the path many great men walk. The higher they climb, the fewer people walk beside them. At the top, it gets quiet. Friends fall away, lovers grow tired. The mission becomes too heavy for most. So they walk alone. Not because they want to, but because few can carry that weight. The more a man gives to his work, the less of him is left for anyone else. That's the cost. That's the deal. Today we like to praise success. We cheer for greatness, but only when it fits our comfort. We want heroes, but only if they stay kind. We like strong men, but only if they smile enough. We want leaders, but only if they also make time for dinner dates and gentle words. When greatness starts to feel too distant, too intense, too hard to understand, we pull away. We call it cold. We call it selfish. And we forget the price it took to reach that level. Napoleon saw this long before we did. He knew that the higher you rise, the more people stop seeing the man and start seeing only the power. He knew that love, for men like him, often fades, not because they are unloving, but because their world is not built for comfort. It is built for action, for decisions, for pressure that most never feel. So he made his choice. He turned his heart into a machine too. He pushed love away and focused only on results. It wasn't soft. It wasn't beautiful. But it worked. And in a world that rewards winners, sometimes that's all that matters. The warmth of love was traded for the cold grip of control. And for Napoleon, that was a price he was willing to pay. The modern man has been sold a story. Work hard, build yourself, get stronger, richer, smarter. Then love will come, respect will follow, people will care. But this story is broken. It sounds fair, but it does not match real life. Many men rise only to feel more distant, more judged, more alone. They think success will make them lovable, but it often does the opposite. Napoleon saw this truth before most. He reached the top, power, fame, history. But love slipped through his fingers. The more he became, the more he lost. His greatness didn't attract loyalty, it scared it. It pushed it away. He learned something hard. The more exceptional a man becomes, the less he fits into normal life. He stops being easy to understand, and for many, that makes him less lovable, not more. This is what the modern man struggles to see. He believes effort leads to connection. That achievement will earn him care. But most people, especially in love, don't want a man they must chase. They want a man they can hold, a man who stays in reach. Great men don't stay still. They move, they grow, they change, and change often feels like a threat. Many women, without knowing it, choose safety over strength. not because they're weak, but because they're wired to survive. A man who stays beneath them or depends on them feels safe. He listens. He waits. He gives his full attention. He does not challenge her place. He does not rise above her world. She can guide him, shape him, manage him, and that makes her feel secure, in control. This is the orbit. The mediocre man orbits around the woman. She becomes his center, his purpose, his sun. He bends his life to match hers, and in return, he is accepted. Maybe not admired, but wanted. Not for his strength, but for his softness. Not for what he brings, but for what he lacks. No threat, no distance, no risk of rising too far. The great man is different. He does not orbit. He ascends. His mission is above comfort. He loves, but he does not kneel. He does not wait for approval. He moves towards something bigger than connection. And this movement creates space. It creates silence. Sometimes it creates fear. Not because he is cruel, but because he is free. And true freedom cannot be controlled. This is the bitter truth many men face. The more you build yourself, the more you step out of reach. The more you climb, the fewer hands hold yours. You are seen, yes, but not always loved. Admired from a distance, but rarely chosen up close. And while the world says, become more, it rarely says, be ready to stand alone. Because greatness is not about being wanted. It's about becoming something so rare, most people never know how to love it. Napoleon could command thousands with a single word. He moved armies, changed nations, and shaped history. But at the same time, he was seen as cold, emotionally distant, hard to reach. This is the contradiction of power. A man can rule the world and still fail in love. He can lead millions, yet be alone at home. People followed Napoleon out of fear, respect, and awe. But the same strength that made him powerful also made him hard to love. To become great, Napoleon had to stop being soft. He had to give up parts of himself. He turned pain into control, doubt into action. He built a wall between himself and the world. And behind that wall, feelings had no place. The more powerful he became, the less he acted like a normal man. He became something else, a symbol, a force. But to become more than a man, he had to lose the things that made him a partner. Warmth, presence, softness, all replaced by focus, pressure, and strategy. This is the hidden cost of transformation. People see the crown, not the silence. They see the fame, not the distance. Great men live in a world that most can't enter, and that world comes with a choice: comfort or legacy, peace or power. It is rare to have both. A man who chooses comfort must slow down, stay close, make space for someone else. A man who chooses legacy must keep moving. He does not have time to stop, and love often needs time more than anything. Napoleon chose legacy. He wanted his name to last. He wanted his vision to live beyond him. That kind of dream needs everything. It does not leave room for soft evenings, long talks, or daily affection. And for most partners, that feels like being forgotten. Not because the man doesn't care, but because his care is shown in different ways. Through action, not attention. Through sacrifice, not small talk. This is the paradox. The very things that make a man great on the outside can make him feel far away on the inside. His mind is sharp, but his heart feels distant. He can build an empire, but not always a home. And this confuses people. How can someone so strong feel so unreachable? How can someone so admired also be so alone? The answer is simple, but hard. Greatness and closeness rarely live in the same space. To rise, a man must leave comfort behind. And when he returns, if he returns, he is not always the same. He carries weight. He sees the world through a different lens. And that lens often keeps him apart, even when he wants to be near. Napoleon lived this. So do many men who chase something greater than themselves. Great men often face a hard truth. While they are busy building something bigger than themselves, they are left behind. It is a common story. The man who works hard, who pushes forward, who fights for greatness, often finds himself alone. Those closest to him may feel lost or forgotten. They may feel abandoned. This is not always because the man wants to hurt them. It is because his focus is elsewhere, on a mission, a dream, or a goal that takes all his energy. This creates a cycle of resentment. People around the great man may start to feel small. They compare themselves to his ambition and feel less. When someone shines brightly, it can make others feel dim. This is natural. No one likes to feel left behind. When a man is driven, others may begin to feel bitter. They may blame him for their own pain. They may say he is too proud, too distant, or too cold. But often, this is not the full truth. The focus of a great man is sometimes misunderstood. What looks like distance is really concentration. What seems like coldness is really commitment. When a man is building something great, his mind is busy. His heart may still care, but his time is limited. This can make people think he doesn't love them, or that he is too proud to care. They call his ambition arrogance. They see his hard work as selfishness. But the real problem is not the man. It is the space between what he wants and what others expect. This misunderstanding can break relationships. The man feels judged and alone. The people around him feel ignored and hurt. The more he pushes forward, the more they pull away. It becomes a cycle that is hard to stop. Greatness can create walls. Walls not just of power, but of misunderstanding and pain. This pattern is seen again and again in history. Great men who change the world are often the same men who lose those closest to them. It is not a curse, but a challenge. To balance power with connection, to keep loved ones close while chasing a dream, is difficult. Many fail. Some give up their mission to save their relationships. Others lose their relationships because they refuse to stop. The resentment from others is part of the price. It is a price few want to pay, but many must. To be great means to stand apart, to carry burdens that others cannot see, to be misunderstood by those who once were near. This does not mean the man does not want love. He does. But love is sometimes hard to hold when the world demands so much. The cycle of betrayal, distance, and resentment is not caused by weakness. It is caused by the weight of greatness. It is a heavy load, one that few men can carry without losing something important along the way. Women often say they want greatness. They say they admire men who are strong, focused, and driven. They speak of heroes, leaders, and visionaries with respect and excitement. But when it comes to choosing a partner, the story changes. Many do not choose greatness. Instead, they choose what feels easier, safer, and more familiar. They choose convenience over challenge, stability over fire. This difference between what is said and what is chosen creates a gap. It is a quiet gap, but one that causes pain. Great men are admired from a distance. People talk about their strength and dreams with pride. But when it comes to love, greatness is often too much. It asks for sacrifice. It asks for patience. It asks for nights spent alone while the man works. It asks for quiet while the world is loud with ambition. Discipline is not easy. Behind every great achievement is a story of struggle. Sleepless nights spent planning. Ridicule from those who do not understand. Isolation that comes when a man puts his mission first. Blood, sweat, and grind that most people never see. This is the cost of greatness. It is not simple. It is not clean. And it is not always welcomed. Many women watching this struggle begin to resent the fire. They see a man consumed by work, tired and distant. They want love, but the war never ends. They want a partner, but find a stranger. The dreams they once admired become burdens they cannot carry. And resentment grows, not because the man is unloving, but because the fight never stops. The man who chooses greatness does not come home with open arms every night. He comes home with plans, worries, and fatigue. This creates a hard choice. To love a great man is to accept the war with him. It is to understand that his fire will burn hot and long. It is to know that his mission will sometimes come before love. Not because love is missing, but because greatness demands everything. And when greatness demands everything, there is little left for softness. At the same time, many women choose differently. They choose men who are close, present, and safe. Men who may not have a burning fire, but who can share quiet moments. Men who offer comfort without struggle. These men may not build empires, but they build homes. And for many, that is enough. The gap between love and understanding is wide. Women say they want greatness, but often do not choose it. Great men offer fire, but also distance. They win battles, but sometimes lose hearts. The cost of discipline is high. The war is long, and not everyone is ready to fight alongside a man who will never stop chasing more. This gap is not about fault. It is about reality, about what the heart desires versus what the world demands, about admiration versus acceptance. It is a difficult balance, one that few men and women find easily. The story of love and greatness is full of contradictions, and those contradictions shape lives every day. Great men often face rejection, and the reason is simple but hard to hear. They show others what those people are not. When a man is truly great, he becomes a mirror. He reflects strength, ambition, and independence. This reflection can be uncomfortable. It reminds others of what they lack, not just in skill or power, but in spirit and courage. This is why great men are sometimes pushed away or misunderstood. A great man cannot be owned or controlled. He cannot be shaped to fit someone else's desires. He is not like a simple object to be held or a pet to be tamed. His nature is to be free, to follow his own path, and to rise above limits. This freedom is both his power and the reason he is hard to keep close. People may want to hold him, but he does not belong to anyone. He belongs to his mission and himself. Many women, without realizing it, choose men based on emotional control, not admiration. They look for someone who fits their needs and can be shaped to those needs. This is not about love or respect, but about safety and control. A man who can be led, who stays within emotional reach, is easier to hold on to. He fits the role they want. This man is like clay, soft and moldable, shaped by the hand that holds him. This clay man looks like a man on the outside. He talks, laughs, and shares feelings. But inside, he has lost some of himself. He is not truly free. He bends to fit someone else's shape. This kind of man may offer comfort and stability, but he lacks the fire of greatness. He is safe, but not rare. He is owned, not independent. Great men are different. They shine because they refuse to be molded. They stand tall because they carry their own weight. This makes them difficult to love for many, not because they are unloving, but because their love does not fit into neat boxes. Their hearts are wild. Their goals are bigger than a single relationship. They offer admiration, challenge, and growth, but not easy control. When a great man reflects back what others are not, it can create fear. It can create rejection. People don't always want to see their own weaknesses. They want comfort, not challenge. They want a partner who stays close, not one who climbs higher. This is why many great men find themselves alone, not because they lack love, but because they cannot be tamed. The truth is harsh. Great men show us what we might hide from ourselves. They remind us of strength we do not have or do not want to face. They cannot be shaped by others, and for that, they are often pushed away. Love becomes complicated when one partner is a mirror of what the other fears, and the man who chooses greatness must accept this price. To be free is to be hard to hold. To be great is to be rare, and sometimes to be alone. You were made for purpose, not for comfort. Your nature is to push forward, to create, to change the world around you. Comfort is soft and easy, but it does not build legacies. Greatness asks for more. It asks you to walk alone, to face doubts, and to be misunderstood. The path of purpose is often lonely. Many will not understand your fire. Some will even try to put it out. But that fire is what makes you who you are. There is a cost to this life. You may lose friends, lovers, or respect. You might feel isolated and worn down. The world will often judge you too quickly. But history shows us the truth. Men who chose comfort rarely leave a mark. Men who chose purpose build statues, rewrite stories, and lead nations. Their names live on long after they are gone. They are remembered because they dared to be different, because they chose danger over ease. You are not meant to be soft or small. You are not meant to blend in or stay safe. You are danger, and the world bows to danger, not out of fear alone, but out of respect. Because danger means power. Danger means change. Danger means greatness. If you want to leave a mark, you must accept this truth. You must accept that the world will not always understand you, but it will remember you. If this message speaks to you, show your support. Like this video, share it with those who need to hear it, and subscribe to the channel to stay connected. If you want to go deeper and support more content like this, consider joining as a member. Your support helps keep these ideas alive and strong. Remember, truth and greatness are not easy. They are meant to shake up illusions. They are meant to set fire to comfortable lies. When you accept that, you step into your real power. You step into the role you were born to play. You become a force the world cannot ignore. This is your final truth. Comfort will never make history. Purpose, even with its pain and isolation, will. Choose who you want to be. Choose danger. The world is waiting.